Okay, let's go. They're starting to bat right now. Huh? Yeah, right now. And we are back for game number 2 of the doubleheader from with Moses Lake here in St. Mary's. Pitching for St. Mary's is Sean Anderson. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Batting is Kellogg for Moses Lake. Behind home plate is Hayden Villa for St. Mary's. I'll get the rest of the lineup here for you in a minute on the outfielders. That pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Also, I'm trying to get the graphic to work on my YouTube feed, so hopefully that'll work here in a little bit as I'm trying to get it to load up. That next one is going to be a ground ball hit back to Sean Anderson. And Anderson scoops it and throws it over to first for the first out. Over at first base for St. Mary's, of course, is Zach Olson. Next pitch, and that one is to Eli Zaldi, is outside, ball 1. Next pitch is going to be a foul ball that's going to be caught in foul territory by Zach Olson for out number 2. Next pitch on the way. It's actually the first pitch to Kern, and it's a called strike 1. Crawford at second. That's going to be a ground ball. It's going to be hit hard at Cole Bogue, and that one takes a nasty hop off the tip of his glove. And it's a base hit for Kern. Hard hit grounder. Over at third base is Cade Truscott. First pitch to Birdie is a strike called. 2 outs, runner on first for Moses Lake. 1 strike to Birdie. That pitch is going to be a little ground ball. It's going to trickle out to Truscott. Truscott tries to scoop it up on the fly, and it pops out of his glove. Man, as much as I hate to do it, I have to give that oh, it's already in there as a, nope, it isn't. I got to get that in there as a error, I believe, for Truscott. First pitch to McLean and misses for ball 1. And stretch the pitch up high, ball 2. The stretch, the pitch, strike 1 called. That one misses inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to McLean. And that one misses low and in outside for ball 4. Let's see. I know we've got Gabe Thomas in center field. Trying to see who that is. Is that Derek Larson out in left? And who is in right? Looks like Milo. First pitch to Conahan. Inside. Ball one. Runners, bases are loaded with 2 outs. Nobody has come across for Moses Lake. Conahan's going to squeak that one down the first base line, and it just is called foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is going to be popped up. And coming over to make the catch in foul territory is Cade Truscott for the little fly out. And that will retire the sides. There was no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error, and there was 3 left on base. There's no score. We will be back.
For all who served and those who made sacrifices, we would like to say thank you. That is why for every P1FCU Veterans Debit MasterCard issued from now to Veterans Day, we will donate to the Wounded Warrior Project. Visit P1FCU.org to get your Veterans Card. To all those who keep us safe, we're proud to be your credit union. Stronger together. We are P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Bennewash, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports,
Pitching is Meacham. First base is Eli Zaldi. Meacham is pitching. Eli Zaldi is at second. Or at first. Kern is behind home plate. And we'll save that there for right now. Actually, Eli Zaldi is at second. Kuykendall is at first. First pitch to Gabe Thomas is a ball. We got, I think, 2 balls, no strikes to Thomas. And then Thomas puts the bat on the ball on the next one and hits a nice little single just over the head of the third baseman out into left field. Then we've got a runner on for St. Mary's. McLean. 9 is Kellogg. And that was Derek Larson who takes a swing at the first pitch and pops that up into center field, where the center fielder comes out and brings that one in. So 1 down. First pitch to Anderson is a ball 1. ball 2 to Anderson. Meacham, the pitch. That is going to be swung on, and that looks like it's drifting foul and is going to be caught in foul territory. That'll bring up Cole Bogue with the runner on, 2 outs. Meacham looks over to first. The pitch on the way, high and outside, ball 1. I think I've got that right. Meacham looks over to first. The stretch, the pitch, inside, ball 2. And that sun has popped out from behind the clouds, and I felt it get a little bit warmer all of a sudden. 2 balls, no strikes to Bogue. Runner on first, 2 outs for St. Mary's. The stretch, the pitch, the swing, that's hit into right field. It's going to be caught by Kellogg for out number 3. He had to charge in from deep right to be able to pull that in, but he does so. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base, no score going into the top of the second. We'll be back.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
And we are back. It'll be Kuykendall leading off, I do believe, for Moses Lake. No score here in the top of the second. Each team with 1 hit apiece. Stretch in the first pitch to Kuykendall. He's going to square around a bunt, and he fouls that off for strike 1. Oh, 1 count to Kuykendall. On deck is Valdez. Anderson looks in the stretch and the pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Next one misses for ball 1. The windup and the pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch. That's the grounder right down to Anderson. Back at the pitcher's mound, the throw to first in time for the first out. That'll bring up Valdez. First pitch to Valdez is ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Next pitch right down the middle. It's a hopper ground ball right back to Anderson. And Anderson is able to snag it out of the air, throw it to first in time for the second out. That'll bring up Meacham with nobody on and 2 outs. Anderson looks in, gets a signal, the stretch, the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch on the way. That's going to be a ball that's hit right out to Cade Truscott, who can't get the play on time, and it's going to be safe. That's just a little looper. I'm not going to give it as an error, as that one was kind of a tough one to play. Cade tried to get to it, just couldn't quite snag it on the run. So runner on, 2 outs, brings up Bingham. And he binged him. Bingham got binged. Runners on first and second. Top of the order, that brings up Kellogg.
Come on, you get this one.
2 outs, runners on first and second. That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. Anderson set. The stretch, the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson looks in, gets the signal, set, the stretch, the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch is going to be hit into center field. Gabe Thomas charging up to make the catch, and he does so to retire the sides. So there were no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. After 1.5 complete, there's still no score. We'll be back.
You have a hazardous tree on your property? Do you need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing specializes in the removal of dangerous trees, pruning, thinning, and chipping. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing also has a bucket truck for those hard-to-reach areas. So if you're in need of some thinning, tree removal, and site preparation, call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. That's at 208-582-2134. That's 208-582-2134. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing.
Tax reform impacts virtually every tax return this year. That means yours, too. If you're wondering what that means for you and your refund, but don't want to spend hours reading the tax code, head over to H&R Block. No one knows tax reform better than Block. Their tax pros will help you find every credit and deduction available, so you get every dollar you deserve. Because wouldn't you rather spend more time thinking about what to do with your maximum refund and less time figuring out what a TCJA qualifying eligible dependent is? Hint, it's your kid. In person or online, Block has your back.
Here we are back. Leading off for St. Mary's will be Cade Truscott. On deck is Hayden Villa. I do believe. I actually didn't get a lineup from them, so I'm kind of winging it, hoping it's just pretty much the same lineup as usual. Meacham looks in. I think this is his first time pitching against St. Mary's as well. That pitch misses inside high, ball 1. That one misses low and inside, ball 2. The stretch, the pitch. Nice pitch. It's a high fly ball. It's foul. And it's going to be... Oh, that was actually... It ended up being in fair territory. And I actually thought about that after they almost caught it. Kate thought it was foul, so he was waiting way back there. And it's a fly out in all the confusion. Or actually, it's not a fly out. It ends up being a ground out is what it ends up being. Villa swings at his first pitch. It's going to be fouled off. Strike one.
I guess he just needs to run no matter what.
Next pitch to Villa is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch, the swing. That is a high fly ball. Center fielder makes the catch. That's McLean for out number 2. That'll bring up Cade Crawford with nobody on, 2 outs. Crawford waiting for the first pitch on the way. Strike one called down the middle. Stretch the pitch. Inside, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 1-2 count, or 2-1 count to Crawford. The stretch, the pitch, the swing. It's just a little loopy grounder that goes right to the pitcher, and the pitcher tries to throw to first and overthrows everybody. And Crawford is safe at first on the error. So 2 down with 1 on first. That'll bring up Milo Marsh, who swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Milo waiting for the next pitch on the way. A swing and strike 2. Meacham looks to first. The stretch, the pitch, the swing. He's going to hit that one out to the shortstop, and it comes off the shortstop's instep, and Milo is safe on an error. That'll bring up Zach Olson with runners at first and second. Zach Olson batting in the number 9 spot. Now we get time called real quick. Now they're ready. Olson steps back in, ready to go. Meacham looks over to second, looks to first, now back to second. The stretch and the pitch. That's fouled back for strike 1. The count is 0-1 to Olson. Meacham steps back onto the rubber. The set. Now he looks the bases. The stretch, the pitch. Little high, little outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Zach Olson. 2 outs, runners on first and second for St. Mary's. No score here in the bottom of the second. The stretch, the pitch. Outside, little high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to to Olson. Meacham checking over the bases. And Meacham steps off the mound as the runners, especially Crawford, is really messing with him out there from second base, dancing around between the two bags. Now the pitch, the swing, that is a fly ball. Nobody was calling for it. Finally, Bingham calls for it from third base and goes and gets it. That almost could have been trouble if Bingham wouldn't have reacted to come out and call it, because the catcher and the pitcher didn't look like they knew who wanted to get it. In any case, there was no runs, no hits, and there was 2 errors, and there was 2 left on base for St. Mary. Still no score going into the top of the third. We'll be back.
If you have OCD, obsessive coffee disorder, then stop by Shift and Grind, located in the green building right across the street from Jack's Pharmacy. Shift and Grind is a proud Lumberjack supporter and has something for everyone. From regular coffees to lattes, mochas, and more, Shift and Grind will keep your day going. Try a Red Bull infused or Lotus energy drink if you're not a coffee fan. On Lumberjack home game days, wear your Lumberjack colors and get a discount on your favorite drink. Shift and Grind now has indoor seating. Shift and Grind open 5 to 6 Monday through Friday, 6 to 4 on the weekends. Shift and Grind, 132 North 1st Street, right here in St. Mary's.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
And we are back. Sean Anderson continues on the mound. Eli Zaldi is at the plate for Moses Lake. He flew out his first at bat. First pitch a little low, ball 1. On deck is Kern. Next pitch is fouled off, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson looks in. The stretch, the pitch, and I don't know what happened. Anderson lost control of that one. It ended up behind the batter. Definitely ball. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch. Oh, that one was low. Ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. The stretch. The pitch on the way. That one was high. Ball 4, and we walk Eli Zaldi down to first. That'll bring up Kern. On deck is Birdie. Kern singled his first at bat. The first pitch to Kern is hit out to center field. Gabe Thomas out there to make the catch for the fly out. That'll bring up Birdie with 1 out. Getting their signals from their coach. Birdie steps into the box and ready for his first pitch from Anderson here of this at bat. And that's going to be a line drive right back to Bogue. And Bogue throws it down to first, and they get the double play. Nice line drive that went right to Bogue. And he retired the sides. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Still no score going into the bottom of the third. We'll be back.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
Do you need help finding that perfect gift? Looking for that personalized touch? Come to Jack's Pharmacy in St. Mary's and let us fill your balloons. Not only does Jack's carry all of your gift and party supplies, but we're here to serve you with all your personal care items. Come in and let our personal care experts help you find just what you need from our wide selection. If we don't have it, we can get it. Plan your party at Jack's Pharmacy, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
And we are back. Top of the order for St. Mary's. Gabe Thomas leading off. First pitch he's going to take a swing at for strike one. And the stretch, the pitch, the swing miss. Strike two as Thomas is just trying to get that bat on the ball. 0-2 count to Thomas. Now he has to battle. The stretch, the pitch. Inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch, the swing, and now one's fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Thomas. The stretch, the pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, St. Mary's.
Meacham shakes off the first call from his catcher. Says yes, the next one, the pitch on the way. That one is going to be fouled. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. That foul ball came off of Gabe's toe. The stretch, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Thomas made him have to work for that strikeout, but he did end up getting the strikeout, retiring Thomas back to the dugout. That'll bring up Larson. Larson flew out his first at bat. The stretch, the pitch. That's a high fly ball on the infield. Right out to Birdie, the shortstop. That's 2 down. Now bring up Anderson. Anderson flew out to the first baseman. That was actually foul territory, but still fly out. Nobody on, 2 down. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score. First pitch is up high for ball 1. The stretch, the pitch. That is hit deep right field, and that is smoked. A home run for Sean Anderson down the right field line. And I don't think they'll find that ball because I think it ended up in the ditch over there. It's full of water. Is that one the right fielder didn't even... He kind of started to jog towards the fence, but he knew it was gone before he even got close to the fence. It wasn't nowhere near close to being in the field of play, as that thing was tagged deep over that fence. They'll have to just give Sean one of the other game balls and call that his home run ball, because I think that one is in the ditch over there. Cole Bogue now tags one out into center field for a base hit. That'll bring up Cade Truscott with 2 down and a runner on first. You get quick time called. Now Cade steps back into the box. Bogue takes his lead. Everybody takes their lead. The stretch, the pitch. Outside, ball 1. The stretch, the pitch. That is hit deep into left field or center field, and it's caught by the McLean out in center field as it was deep but not deep enough. We do end up with 1 run on 2 hits, though, in the bottom of the 3rd. There was 1 left on base. The score going into the top of the 4th, St. Mary's 1, Moses Lake 0. We'll be back.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips, they're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking.
Mountain Plating is a premier hard chrome plating facility, and it is located right here in St. Mary's. Mountain Plating was established in 1997 as one of the first hard chrome plating facilities in Idaho, and it services a wide variety of industries nationwide. These industries include manufacturing, food processing, agriculture, mining, environmental, and the timber industries. Mountain Plating is committed to providing the highest quality chrome plating and customer service in the industry, and is locally owned and operated by Donnie Masterson. Give him a call today at 208-245-7104. Go Lumberjacks!
And we are back. It'll be McLean, I do believe, leading off for Moses Lake. He walked his first at bat. The score, St. Mary's 1, Moses Lake 0 here in the top of the 4th. 2 hits for Moses Lake, 3 for St. Mary's. Anderson pitching. The stretch, the pitch. Low, ball 1. On deck is Conahan. The stretch. The pitch. Oh! And that might leave a mark. As McLean gets hit by that one. That'll bring up Conahan with a runner on first. No outs. Coach Springer has given some signals to his runner and probably batter. Conahan flew out his first at bat. The stretch, the pitch. Inside, ball 1. I think I've mentioned this before, but Anderson, he bats left-handed, but he throws right. Looks over to first base as McLean takes his lead, getting the signals from Villa. Now they're going to throw over to first, and McLean dives down back to the bag. McLean again takes his lead. Anderson looks. The pitch on the way. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls to Conahan, no outs, runner on first. Anderson kind of giving some head signals, look like, to Villa. The runner's going. He's going to be there in time. Not and ball 4 to Conahan. So no outs, runners on first and second. We have a walk and a hit by pitch to get these first two batters. That'll bring up Kuykendall, grounded out his first at bat.
Double play.
And they're going to get a courtesy runner, I do believe, for number 22, Shea. Anderson looks to second. The stretch, the pitch, that's going to be swung on and fouled off. Strike one. And getting a reset after that foul ball. Anderson looks in, gets the signals from Villa. Set. The stretch, the pitch. Again fouled backwards. Count is 0-2. Kuykendall quickly down with 2 strikes. Anderson looks to second base. Now checks second again. The stretch, the pitch. Way outside on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anderson looks in, gets his signal from Villa. Tells him no to the first signal, says yes, second one, stretches on, the pitch, inside. It was actually a hit by pitch. So we got 3 runners on, and each one of them had been miscues by Anderson. He's got a walk, and he's hit 2 of them. Now we've got no outs, bases loaded. Valdez up to the plate. He grounded out his first at bat. He is 0 for 1. The stretch, the pitch, strike 1 called. That one catches the outside corner, strike 2. 0-2 count to Valdez. Next pitch. Outside, ball 1, just barely misses. The stretch, the pitch. Line drive right back out into center field. 1 run will come across. 2 runs will come across. And runners end up at the corners. So 2 runs come across for Moses Lake. They take a 1-run lead. That'll bring up Meacham, who hit a single his first at bat with no outs. Moses Lake a chance here to bring things around. That's going to be a foul bunt. Strike 1. Trying for the sacrifice bunt to bring 1 in. The stretch, the pitch. The bunt was on for a strike. The run comes across. I call it a wild pitch. I don't know if it was a wild pitch or not, but runner ends up at second. Oh. So they had to call it a dead ball. They return the runner back over to third. Coach for Moses Lake is wanting an explanation. Doesn't agree with the explanation. I don't quite understand either. I mean, the ball did get passed, so I don't know. I don't exactly understand the whole call there, but I'm not sure. I show 2 strikes, but I think he said 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm not sure. 0-2 count. So they get everything straightened out, kind of. That pitch is going to be blooped right to Truscott, and Truscott makes the catch from third base for the first out. So runners still at first and second, 1 out. That brings up Bingham. He was hit by pitch his last at bat. Runners at the corners still for Moses Lake. Anderson looks in, gets his signals from Villa. The stretch, the pitch. Strike 1 called. The stretch, the pitch. That is a high fly ball, and it's going to be caught by Crawford for out number 2. So 2 down. 2 down with runners at second and third. Brings up the top of the order Kellogg. Ground out and a fly out for him. First one is a ground ball. It's actually more of a line drive that gets right under Cade Crawford's glove. And it's going to be a run and then a bad throw. It's going to let the runner get over to second on the throw. So 1 more run comes in for Moses Lake. The score 3-1 in favor of Moses Lake. Eli Zaldi is up. Takes the first pitch for a ball 1. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. Runners at second and third. Anderson looks in. The pitch on the way. Inside corner, strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson gets his signal set. The stretch and the pitch. That's a ball. And the runner comes into home on a wild pitch. 4 runs across in the top of the 4th for Moses Lake. 4-1 the score. St. Mary's trails. 2 balls and a strike to Eli Zaldi, runner on third. The stretch, the pitch. Strike 2 called. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Anderson gets the signal. The stretch. The pitch. That's a ground ball into the gap. It's going to get into right field. It'll bring another run in. The runs in for Moses Lake here in the top of the 4th is 5 runs. 1 run for St. Mary's, 5-1 the score. That one is outside, ball 1 to Kern. Kern a single and a fly out. Throw down to first for the pickoff attempt, not in time. The stretch, the pitch. Oh, ball outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Anderson, the stretch, the pitch. That's up high. 3 balls, no strikes to Kern. 3-0 pitch on the way, right down the middle, strike 1. 3 balls and a strike. Ooh, Anderson up to 67 pitches now. Not have been a great inning for him. That one is tagged out in the left field just over the glove of Trescott at third, and it's a base hit single. Been a little bit of a good inning here for Moses Lake as they have now 6 hits. And really working Anderson's pitch count up high here in the top of the 4th. 68 pitches for Anderson. That pitch misses outside. Good stop by Villa. One ball, no strikes to Birdie. 2 outs, runners at first and second. The stretch, the pitch, ground ball, foul. Foul ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson, the pitch, on the way. Up high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Anderson looks over to second base. The stretch, the pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. 2 Birdie. On deck is McLean. The stretch, the pitch. Ball 4. That loads the bases up. That'll bring up McLean, who was hit by pitches last at bat. The stretch, the pitch. High, ball 1.
Come on, any base now, boys. Just come on, get 'em out.
Anderson, the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to McLean. Once again, bases loaded. 2 outs, top of the 4th. 5 runs across for Moses Lake. They lead 5-1. Strike 2. Villa tried to throw down to first. They did not get it there in time. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McLean. The stretch, the pitch. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still to McLean. 2 outs and runners on all 3 bases. Anderson looks in, the stretch, the pitch, the swing, and that's foul, but it's going deep. No, it's fair. I thought it was going to go foul. And 2 runs are going to come across, and nobody's trying to get it, though. Nobody's paying attention. That ends up being an in-the-park home run. That's an in-the-park home run, and Anderson is, Coach Skip is not happy with that effort there after that play. Nobody really was doing what they should have been doing on that throw in, and the ball got over the head, and Anderson goes out and is going to give a pep talk to his players here in this last game of their season, as that's 9 runs in for Moses Lake in the top of the 4th. That probably never should have resulted in an in-park home run on that hit, as they should be able to get it in to at least hold it to just the 2 runs. That brings up Conahan with nobody on and 2 outs. Ball 1 outside. The stretch, the pitch. That's hit out into center field. That's going to be a base hit. That'll put Conahan on first. That brings Kuykendall out. He was hit by pitch his last at bat. St. Mary's needs to shake this off, regroup right now, and get this final out so they can get back to the batting. Anderson's first pitch is going to be a ground ball. And they say that's fair, but that is, oof. That looked like a foul ball to me. And they called that fair. Holy smokes. If it was fair, it was right down that line. Brought in another run. 10 runs across in the 4th inning. Valdez steps up. Singled his last at bat, I should say. Pitches up high, ball 1. .82 pitches for Anderson, 4th inning. That one is a little popped up ball, and it's going to be a sliding attempt to grab that. It was Villa, and he couldn't quite hold on to it, but it was a good try.
Good try.
Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Valdez. The stretch, the pitch. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the sides. A frustrating inning defensively for St. Mary's, though, as they had some, I didn't calculate any errors in there, but there kind of was some errors. There was 10 runs on 7 hits, no 1 left on base, so that was really not a good inning for St. Mary's defensively. We'll be back.
See the full line of Yamaha Viking side-by-sides at St. Mary's Sun Cycle today. Yamaha Vikings feature true 3- or 6-person cabins, class-leading comfort, huge cargo capacity, proven off-road capability, and real-world tough reliability. Plus, exclusive features like Ultramatic automatic transmission and on-command 4-wheel drive help you conquer the toughest jobs. Visit St. Mary's Sun Cycle today. Always protect the environment. Wear your seatbelt, helmet, eye protection, and protective clothing. Read the owner's manual and the product warning labels before operation.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
We are back. Hayden Villa leading off for St. Mary's. He was getting pretty frustrated right there in that inning. Hopefully he can take that out here on his at-bat and put one over the fence. Flew out his first at-bat. First pitch is going to be swung on and smoked into deep left field. And that's going to be at least a double. No, he's going to round third on a big trip. Nope, he's going to get held up back there at second on a big double. So a good way to get things started off for Villa. That'll bring up Crawford. Cade Crawford reached on air. First pitch is low and inside for ball 1. The stretch, the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch, way outside. 2 balls and a strike to Crawford. On deck is Eli Villa. The stretch, the pitch, high outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Crawford. The stretch, the pitch, strike inside corner, runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way, inside, ball 4. That'll bring up Eli Villa for his first at bat in the game. Waiting for his first pitch. Runners at first and second with no outs. Zach Olson on deck. Villa steps out again. Now back in. Ready to go. The stretch, the pitch. Low inside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Villa. No outs, runners on first and second. The pitch from Meacham on the way. Outside corner, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. The stretch. Oh! That's the pitch and a swing. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch, outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch. The ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to throw to first. It's in time. Does advance the 2 runners to second and a third. With 1 out, that brings up Zach Olson, bottom of the lineup. Olson flew out his first at bat. The stretch, the pitch. Oh, inside, strike 1. Olson looks out to Grogan at first base, and Grogan just gave him the shrug of the shoulders. The stretch, the pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Clark Grogan looks beside himself over at first base. The stretch, the pitch, the swing, and that one is going to be fouled off. Oh, 2 count to Olson. Meacham, the stretch, the pitch. Outside, little high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Olson. Nobody, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Meacham. The stretch, the pitch. Down low. And it did get off of Zach. It did hit Zach, but it was off the bounce. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At least I thought it bounced into him. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Olson. The stretch, the pitch. Up high. Ball 3. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stretch, the pitch. Down low inside, ball 4, and Zach works his way into a walk and loads up the bases. Brings up top of the order Gabe Thomas. We're going to get a talk with the pitcher from the coach for Moses Lake, because he's going to go out to talk to Meacham. Gabe Thomas has a single and a strikeout in his first 2 at-bats. The strikeout just happens to be in his last at-bat. The single earlier was down the third base line. But being in the 4th inning and down by 9, St. Mary's needs to get as many runs across here that they can try to get in to cut into that lead. That was just not a good top of the 4th defensively for St. Mary's. It was a great offensive effort for Moses Lake, but everybody sets back up after the timeout. Thomas steps into the box, and we're ready to go. Meacham. Pitch on the way. Outside corner, strike 1. Meacham set. The stretch, the pitch. High outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch. And that hits Gabe Thomas. And he goes to base by hit by pitch, and it brings a run across. 1 out, Derek Larson steps to the plate for St. Mary's. 2 flyouts for him in this game. It'll be Anderson on deck with Bogue in the hole. It's a good spot in the batting order for St. Mary's if they can get the bat on the ball here. 1 out, base is still loaded. Meacham, the pitch. Strike 1 called down the middle. Oh, 1 count to Larson. The stretch, the pitch. That was a high pitch that he fouls off. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Larson. The stretch, the pitch. That's hit out in the right field. It's going to be a tag up on the fly out, but it does bring 1 run in. Runners end up at the corners now with 2 down. That brings up Sean Anderson, his last at bat. His last at bat was a home run over the right field fence. The stretch, the pitch. Outside low, ball 1. Lefty batter, lefty pitcher.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. And they try to throw it down to second on the stolen base, and he steals into home after, well, it was never a throw, actually, I think.
10-4, right?
Yeah, now. I have 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 3 runs across for St. Mary's here in the bottom of the 4th. They still trail by 6 runs, though. That is another ball. 3 balls and a strike. Thomas sitting out at second base. 2 outs. Anderson batting. 3 balls and a strike. Next pitch. That one is swung on. It's a high fly ball that is caught from third base by Bingham. And that will retire the sides. 3 hits for St. Mary, 3 runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on base. It is St. Mary's trailing still, 10-4. We'll be back.
Have you ever noticed that some companies are around for decades and you really don't notice them until you actually see them? Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community staple and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Are your friends and family tired of sleeping with Fido when they visit? Maybe Fido's tired of sleeping with them. Either way, the Pines Motel is there to save the day. With large, spacious rooms, comfortable beds, and even a mini fridge, Fido may get jealous. Save the floor for Fido and call Kevin of the Pines Motel at 245-2545. That's the Pines Motel in St. Mary's. I'm sure your friends and family would appreciate it, and so would Fido.
And we are back. It should be, I believe, Meacham leading off for Moses Lake. 1 for 2, a single and a fly out for him. St. Mary's trails 10-4. Top of the 5th inning. Meacham leading off. On deck will be Bingham at the bottom of the order. Anderson the stretch, the pitch. Foul ball down the third baseline, strike 1. 86 pitches for Anderson. The stretch, the pitch. Fouls that one off, strike 2. Getting a couple of quick strikes to begin, or a couple of quick outs hasn't been really an issue too much here in the beginning of this game. It's been getting that third out, so let's see what we can do. That one inside, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch. Inside high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The stretch, the pitch. High outside, ball 3, full count. Anderson had him quickly down 0-2, and then he's worked his way into a full count. Stretch, the pitch. Strike 3, looking right down the middle. That'll bring up Bingham. On deck, top the order to Kellogg. Bingham hit by pitch and a fly out. The stretch, the pitch, fly ball, that's foul. Strike 1. 0-1 count to Bingham. That one's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch. That's just a little blooper out to Cade Crawford for out number 2. Fly out just the outfield grass. 2 outs. Top the order to Kellogg. He's 1 for 3, a ground out, a fly out, and a single. The stretch, the pitch. Ball 1. Pitch on the way. A little high on the outside, ball 2. Looked like it might have been on the corner, but it was high in the zone. 2-0 count to Kellogg. The stretch, the pitch. Oh, that one's high and outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Kellogg. The stretch, the pitch. Inside low, ball 4.
Come on, boys. We only need one more out.
That'll bring up Eli Zaldi. 1 for 2. Fly out, walking a single. 2 down, 1 on. Moses Lake leads 10-4. Inside corner, strike 1 to Eli Zaldi. Anderson gets his signal, looks to first. The stretch, the pitch. That's a little golf swing hit that gets out to second base. And oh, such a close play out to third, but they're going to call him safe on a single. Good stop by, that was, I believe, Eli Villa out in right field. Oop, nope. Strike 1 to Kern. Runners at the corners. That one outside. Nice stop by Villa. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. The stretch, the pitch. Just outside again. Ball 2.
Come on, boy.
Next pitch on the way. Ball
Come on, we need one more.
3. 3 balls and a strike. That one misses outside, ball 4. 105 pitches now for Anderson. Brings up Birdie. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error, had a line drive and a walk. Anderson gets the signal, looks in, the stretch, the pitch. Fouls that one off, strike 1. 0-1 count to Birdie, 2 outs, runners, bases loaded, in fact. The score 10-3 in favor of Moses Lake here in the top of the 5th. 10 hits for Moses Lake, 4 for St. Mary's. That is hit into deep right field. That could be trouble, and that's gone. It is a grand slam home run. Cleared the bases with that home run. 14-4 is the score. It's a 10-run lead right now for Moses Lake. St. Mary's needs to get this last out here. They need to add a run or 2 to the board to keep this thing going. The stretch, the pitch. Up high, ball 1. The stretch, the pitch. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman. Cade Truscott gets the scoop. The throw is in time for the out. Nice job by Truscott. He's had a couple that he had trouble getting earlier. Now when he does just fine, there is 4 runs in that inning, though. Top of the fourth for Moses Lake on 2 hits. And the score is now 14-4 in favor of Moses Lake. We'll be back.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they've been a team for many years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oakes at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oakes a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Why should you?
Now we have a pitching change on the mound for Moses Lake. It is Shea going into pitch. Cole Bogue leads off for St. Mary's with Truscott on deck. Hayden Villa in the hole. The stretch, the pitch. Down low, ball 1. The stretch, the pitch. That is tagged out into left field. It's going to definitely drop. Bo grounds first, heads to second. Slides in safe for the double.
Okay, Cade, come on. Let's go, Cade.
That'll bring up Truscott, who was 0 for 2. He had 2 flyouts in the game. On deck will be Villa. In the hole, Crawford. The stretch, the pitch. Strike 1 called at the knees. Shea looks over to second. The stretch, the pitch. That one's low for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The stretch, the pitch. Ball 2 low. 2 balls, 1 strike. The stretch. Ball 3 low. 3 balls and a strike to Truscott. Shea double checks the bag. Set, the stretch, the pitch. Inside, ball 4. That'll bring up Villa, who hit a double his last at bat. Shea checks over second. The stretch, the pitch, the swing, and fouled back. 0-1 count to Villa. No outs on deck will be Crawford. The stretch, the pitch. That is hit high into right field. And the catch is made for the out. Everybody else is held up. Bring up Cade Crawford, who walked his last at bat. On deck is Brock Anderson. Right down the pike. Strike one called to Crawford. And stretch the pitch. Strike two called. 0-2 count to Crawford. Stretch the pitch. Swing miss. Strike three. That'll bring up Brock Anderson, his first at bat. This first pitch, low and outside, ball one. Brock has walked several times this season as he presents a pretty hard strike zone for pitchers. That's a ball. That was a wild pitch that advanced the two runners over to second and third. 2 balls, no strikes to Anderson. The stretch, the pitch. That's a foul ball. 2 balls and a strike to Anderson. Two balls and a strike to Anderson. The stretch, the pitch, right down the middle fastball, strike two. The stretch, the pitch, fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Anderson. Oh, and that one is tagged into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. And an RBI, 2 RBIs. Anderson with the 2 RBI double to left field. And he is all smiles out there at second base. That'll bring up Zach Olson.
Good job. Good.
2 outs, a runner at second.
Now bring him in.
First pitch, strike one down the middle to Olson. I think Brock was smiling probably ear to ear, probably wrapped around the back of his head. 0-1 count to Zach Olson. Next pitch swung on, fouled back, strike 2. Olson down in the count, 0-2, steps back up. Shea checks the bag. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will retire the sides, but that big double that ran in 2 RBIs, 2 runs, extends the game. The score 14-6 in favor of Moses Lake. We'll be back.
Stop at 10th Street Superstop? Well, because Kenny's a nice guy. Actually, no. Never mind. Yes, Kenny is nice, but that's not the reason. You should stop at 10th Street Superstop for all your livestock feeds and pet feed needs. 10th Street Superstop carries all the top brands. Did I mention Kenny's a nice guy? Oh, and they also have a large assortment of snacks and beverages just for you. 10th Street Superstop for all your farm, garden, and hunger needs. And by the way, Kenny's really a nice guy. 10th Street Superstop in St. Mary's. Summertime is here, and that means fire season. The St. Mary's Fire District has these tips. Make sure that you have a defensible space around your home. That means keeping trees and brush trimmed and clear around your house. Have an evacuation plan in place and make sure that everyone in the household knows the plan and where to meet in case of an emergency. And if you can, use sprinklers set up around your property and put them on a timer to help keep things damp. St. Mary's Fire District will even send someone out to help you in identifying problem areas at your home. Give them a call at 245-5253. This message from the St. Mary's Fire District.
And we are back. We have a pitching change, which is Cade Truscott going to the mound for St. Mary's. Anderson goes out to left field. Larson comes in to third base. Leading off is Conahan for Moses Lake. He singled his last at bat. First pitch outside corner, strike one. Stretch the pitch. Line drive right back up the middle. That'll bring up Kuykendall. Hit a double his last at bat. Nobody out, runner on first. On deck should be Valdez. Nope, we've got a change there. First pitch, just high, ball one. The stretch, the pitch. That's a high fly ball. Crawford calls for it, makes the catch. Out near second base for the out. Number one. Conahan held up at first base. That brings up number 31. That is Fisk. His first at bat of this game. Truscott gets the signals from Villa, sets up. The stretch, the pitch. Oh, that was so close. They have a ball on the throw, on the pitch, and then they almost had the pickoff out at first base, but Zach just couldn't quite fill that cleanly out there. One ball, no strike. That one misses for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Fisk. Runner on first, 1 out for Moses Lake. Moses Lake leads 14-6. Checks the bag, looks in. The stretch, the pitch, whoa, up high on that one, ball 3.
Come on, don't walk him. Come on, get a strike in there.
3 balls and a strike, or no strikes, 3 balls to Fisk. Cade set, the stretch, the pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 4. 1 out, runners on first and second. That'll bring up Meacham, unless they've made a change in this part of the batting order. We've got Shea going to bat. You got I'm not sure exactly what is going on. They have Coach Grogan goes out and talks to Crawford. at second base. The umpires are meeting up as well. So I'm not 100% sure what went on or what happened, but I'll have to ask after the game to find out what that was all about. Ready to go. Shea steps to the plate. 1 out, runners on first and second. The stretch, the pitch. A little high, ball 1. Truscott sets up. The stretch, the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Shea. The stretch, the pitch. That's a little blooper that's hit just over the head of the shortstop. They're going to go home. Oh, and they're just barely safe. One run comes in on that. Everybody else safe at third and at second. That brings up number 32. That's Raymond. First pitch is a strike 1. 1 out, runners on second and third. Inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Good stop by Villa. Stretch, the pitch. High, ball 2. The stretch, the pitch. That's out into center field. Crawford makes the catch for the out. Everybody else held up. 2 down. Nobody. Runners at second and third now still, and that brings up top of the order Kellogg. Walked his last at bat. St. Mary's trails 15-6. That's hit into center field. And go! Gabe drops that one. He's been so clean out there in the outfield. And 2 runs came in on that one. That's going to be hit into right field. And going over and making the catch is Brock Anderson for the out. Brock having himself a bit of a game here in this final one as he got that double earlier. Gets that hard catch to get the out to retire the sides. But now it's an 11-run lead for Moses Lake, 17-6. We'll be back.
There are 2 ways a home handyman can save money. First, you can build it, fix it, or remodel it yourself. Second, get your supplies at 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber is the place with 50 carloads of building supplies to choose from. Plywood, paneling, molding, fixtures, roofing, block and brick, hardware, power tools and paints, and a whole lot more. If you have a project in mind, see 10th Street Lumber. You don't even have to buy anything, but when you see their savings, you will. That's 10th Street Lumber in St. Mary's.
Have a home you need to sell? Or are you looking for a place to call home? Then you need to call Mia Sikowski of Timber Realty. Mia is the realtor to see for buying or selling your home. She is always there for you, and your priorities are always important. Experienced in the real estate market, she'll get your desired results, so call today for all your home selling or buying needs at 245-2345. That's 245-2345. Timber Realty on the Main Street in St. Mary's.
Looking for some excitement this Saturday and Sunday? Look no further than the
And we are back. Shea pitching for Moses Lake. St. Mary's needs to come up with 3 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order, Gabe Thomas leads off. He was hit by pitch his last at bat. The stretch, the pitch, that is hit deep center field. And an out caught by McLean out there to get things started. That'll bring up Derek Larson. Larson is 0 for 3. Three flyouts for Larson. The stretch, the pitch. And that's maybe a flyout as well. We'll see. It's caught by McLean. That guy vacuums up everything out there in center. That'll bring up Anderson. Sean Anderson flew out his last at bat. Nobody on, 2 outs. The stretch, the pitch, strike 1 down the middle. The stretch, the pitch, outside, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch on the way, and that's going to be fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Anderson. The stretch, the pitch, strike 3. And there is 10-run rule, so the game is done. St. Mary's Falls 17-6, I think, are there. Well, they're talking to see if they want to just finish the game out just because, but we'll see. Okay, so I think we're going to finish this game out. Instead of going the 10-run rule, we're going to keep this thing rolling and finish this game up. So let's turn the music up, and we'll be back.
Looking for some excitement this Saturday and Sunday? Look no further than the Fossil Bowl in Clarkia, Idaho, as Mountain Moto will be taking over this weekend. Saturday will feature a full day of motocross action on the iconic Fossil Bowl track, with classes for the littlest of competitors to the high-flying pros. On Sunday, for the first time ever, high-performance side-by-sides will take on the challenging Fossil Bowl track in the first ever side-by-side showdown. Mountain Moto, in partnership with St. Mary's Son Cycle and Project Filter, taking over the Fossil Bowl in Clarkia, Idaho this weekend. Admission is $15. Don't miss it. Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's is your one-stop farm and garden shop. Everything from pet supplies to livestock feeds and supplies, Triple X Feeds has it. Horse supplies, they have that also. From saddle pads to bridles, Triple X Feeds can set you up. Triple X Feeds now has hay and alfalfa in stock as well as straw. Triple X Feeds, located at 130 East College Avenue in St. Mary's, open 8 to 5:30 weekdays and 9 to 5 on Saturdays. Triple X Feeds is a proud Lumberjack sports broadcast sponsor.
And we are back. And, typically this would been a 10-run rule here at the end of the 6th inning, but both teams have agreed to go ahead and finish things off here with the 7th inning since we are this close to it anyways. It's St. Mary's last game, so let them get as many innings in as they can of playing here today. For some of these guys, it is the last game they'll be able to play Legion ball. Via, I believe, Bogue, Larson, I believe all those guys will not be able to play anymore after this year. So, first pitch to Kern is ball 1. Next pitch on the way. Strike 1 called. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kern. The stretch, the pitch. Fouled back, strike 2. The stretch, the pitch. Inside low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No, they're going to say it hit the batter. I think that hit the ground before it got to the plate. If that's the case, Olsen should have got the base earlier when one skipped up off the ground and hit him. That'll bring up Birdie with a runner on first with no outs. Truscott takes a look over to first. The stretch, the pitch. The ground ball that got just past Truscott, and it's going to be a base hit. Runners at first and second. No outs. McLean steps to the plate. First pitch, right to Bogue. And Bogue gets the throw over to second, and they get 2 outs, right, just like that. That'll bring up Conahan with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch right down the middle, strike 1. The stretch, the pitch, a little high, ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cade set. The stretch, the pitch. That's hit into deep center. Thomas comes up and makes the catch for the fly out to center field. And that one will retire the sides. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We will be back.
For all who served and those who made sacrifices, we would like to say thank you. That is why for every P1FCU Veterans Debit MasterCard issued from now to Veterans Day, we will donate to the Wounded Warrior Project. Visit p1fcu.org to get your Veterans Card. To all those who keep us safe, we're proud to be your credit union. Stronger together. We are P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid.
I should have let that play through. And we are back. Leading off for St. Mary's is Cole Bogue. St. Mary's in a pretty deep hole here in the bottom of the 7th, down by 9 runs. No, more than that. (17-6) the score, 11-run deficit. First pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
Come on, let's get a hit.
Shea still pitching, 28 pitches for him. The stretch, the pitch. That's a chopping ground ball down to the third baseman, and I think it's going to be a safe single as Bogue beats the throw down to first. That'll bring up Cade Truscott, who is 0 for 2, a fly out, and a walk. Via on deck, Cade Crawford in the hole. The stretch, the pitch. Fly ball to the shortstop. Bogue held up on first. That'll bring up Villa. Flew out his last at bat. He has a fly out, a double, and a fly out in game 2. Throw down to first, not in time. Stretch, the pitch, the swing. It's a ground ball right down to the third baseman, and the third baseman dropped the ball and wasn't able to get the throw to first in time. Everybody's held up. That brings up Cade Crawford with 1 out, runners on first and second. The stretch, the pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Shea looks in, the pitch on the way, high, ball 2. (2-0) pitch on the way, strike 1. (2-1) count to Crawford. 1 out, runners on first and second. Brock Anderson on deck. That one is going to be hit into the gap. A base hit will load the bases up. That'll bring up Brock Anderson, who at his last at bat hit a double. Shea looks in, gets his signals from Kern. The stretch, the pitch, up high, ball 1. The stretch, the pitch, the ground ball down to the third baseman. They're going to try to turn 2, and they're going to be able to. Oh, I goofed up on this here. Let's see here. So that is the end of this game. 17-6. St. Mary's comes up short in a doubleheader today. It's the first time they haven't split with Moses Lake, but it was still a good day of some baseball despite the outcome. The only thing that sucks is it was the last game for our players here. And like I said, last game ever for some of them in Legion ball. Taking a look at that, I think Derek Larson, Cole Bogue, Hayden Villa are 3 of them that are no longer going to be able to play Legion ball anymore, as they have gone out of the age. They're too old for it after this year. In any case, it was a fun season. Thank you to those that supported it. And, well, thank you to all the boys out there for playing your tails off in all the games. Thank you to Coach Skip Anderson and Clara Grogan as well. And, well, hopefully next year we'll have an actual Legion season instead of this amended little thing that we ended up having here this year. But we did all of it mainly. We fought to get it together so that these young guys could have some sort of sports action here in the summer, since they missed their spring sports seasons, and I think they appreciated it. I think the parents and fans appreciated it. And now we'll look forward to hopefully getting high school season underway, and hopefully we'll get it going when we're supposed to. That's all right now. It's up in the air, but it is supposedly for Idaho sports, Idaho high school sports and stuff. It is supposedly on at the moment. We haven't heard anything different, but we will let you know what's going on. I know that this week is going to be sign-ups for this coming up week is going to be sign-ups for St. Mary's High School athletes. I'll try to get that information for you guys next week. I know one of them is on Monday. Or not on Monday, it's on the 4th is soccer sign-ups, and I think maybe one other sport on that same evening. So I'll get that information to you guys as soon as I can. But for now, St. Mary's falls today 17-6 in Game 2. They also lost Game 1. I forget what the final score to that one was, but we're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio. Have a great weekend.